Next question, please. With China National Radio. Mr. Shang, just now you said that there are positive signs with the increase of economic indicators, but there are still decline of some other economic indicators. Do you think that this is still the low point? Do you think there will be an L-shaped or U-shaped trend? And do you think it is difficult for us to achieve 6.5% growth for the economy?
我想你这几个问题啊，都可以归结在一个问题，看似三个问题，实际上
all these could be boiled down to just one question, that is, how should we see the future economic trend in China, and whether the economic situation in Q1 was the bottom. And I've seen some comments by some experts online, and people are discussing whether it will be an L-shaped or U-shaped trend. I don't think there are fundamental disagreements, just that we have different perspectives as we look at our economy. Looking at the mid to long term, we may find that actually we are in the middle of the transformation of growth drivers and speed of growth. Then the economic growth will be fluctuating around the tipping point. But at the short term, it could be an L shape, and there are many factors at play, and fluctuations are just normal. A low point at a certain point of time could be a part of the L shape or an U shape trend. So, when we discuss this question, the conclusion we draw very much depends on how we look at the situation, the perspective that we adopt. And I want to take this opportunity to emphasize 3 points. First, no matter how the situation may evolve, the fundamentals are the most important. Based on our analysis on the fundamentals, we always believe that we have the potential and everything we need to maintain robust growth. And what are the potential and conditions for robust growth? First, it is industrialization and urbanization, which are still ongoing. The urbanization rate last year was 50.1%, and the registered urban residents account for less than 40%. But in developed countries, those figures are more than 80%. So there is a significant room for further urbanization. And the other thing is there is still a big gap between central and western regions and the eastern region. According to our rough estimations, the central part is 5 years behind eastern region, while the western region is 10 years behind eastern region. So if for the central and western parts to enjoy the same level infrastructure development and livelihood as in the eastern region, it will entail a lot of investment and development. And the other thing is that we are at a crucial stage of transformation of consumption. In the early 21st century, we realized the provision of basic life necessities for the people, and now we are moving forward. The private cars and residential conditions are provided, but there is still room for improvement. Apart from transportation and the residences, the investment and the consumption in terms of medical care, education, culture, tourism, etc., are booming. And you know China has great purchase power, and last year outbound visits exceeded 100 million. And during the Spring Festival this year, it grew by leaps and bounds. So there is great potential for consumption. And the human dividends are being built up. People may have the doubt that there is a declining population for work. However, the human capital is being built up, and I can share with you a figure. The people with a degree of graduates exceeds 100 million, more or less the population of a big country. So these people are a major source for innovation and creativity. And we also have strong dividends from reform and institutional adjustments. So we have both experience and potential. Judging from these aspects, I can say that China has potential and conditions to maintain medium to high growth. So no matter how the situation may evolve, that are the fundamentals we enjoy in the economy. The second thing I want to share with you is that the transformation of speed growth, we are seeing positive changes in the economic structure, and the economic development is more coordinated and balanced. In the new normal of the economy, the growth rate is witnessing changes. And changes have been taking place in the economic rate for 25 months, and the potential growth rate is going down. In the process of changing speed, we need to focus on the quality of growth instead of the speed of growth. Why the changes in the economy? Last year, tertiary industry accounted more in the GDP than the secondary industry, and exceeding 50% for the first time. So the services sector will be the deciding factor for the economic growth instead of the industrial production. So that is a signal for the progress we've made in industrial upgrading. And in the past, we were so worried about the shortcomings in our economic structure, and there was too much dependence on investment and export. But now the demand structure is seeing positive changes. Last year, consumption accounted more than 60% of GDP growth. For the past few years, we relied mainly on consumption and domestic demand for GDP growth, and consumption is still growing. So we are rebalancing towards a positive direction, and the quality of growth is also getting better. The energy intensity is going down, people's livelihood is improving, and employment is getting better. New jobs are being created, unemployment is stable, incomes are rising steadily, and due to the change of energy consumption, our environment is heading for the better. All in all, the quality of economic development in China is improving, and it's more stable and coordinated and balanced. And we don't see much fluctuation in our GDP growth. That's because of the improvement of the economic structure. So when we look at the Chinese economy, we should not focus on the speed of growth as we did in the past. Now we've entered a new stage of economic development. We should pay more attention to the structural changes of our GDP growth, the coordination and quality of economic growth. Only in this way can we get a better understanding of the economic trend
觉得没有完全
Otherwise, we will be misled.
这是第二点我要强调的。第三点我要
And
讲的一
that's
点
the
就是说
second thing.
3月
And
份中国经济
thirdly,
确实出现了积极的变化，增长速度的
the
回升
Chinese economy did
速度
witness
是吧是
positive
比预期的
signs
要
in
好
March,
是多
and
种
many
原因
indicators were better than expected.
作用的结果。首先是
And
就是
that
说
was a
我们认为
result
是前
thanks
期的
to
一系列的
various
稳增长调节
factors,
为民生的政策效果
including the policies and
在
measures
继续发
we
力。 第二个来
adopted
讲是
to
大家知道是
improve
从去年
people's
开始
living
大家在
standard and stabilize
房地
growth.
产确实是
And
在回暖
since last year, the
带动
real
了相
estate
关的投资和
market
消费。第
was
三个因素
improving,
是供给侧的结构
leading
性
to
改
more
革
consumption and
产生积极的
investment.
效果
And also the
改善了
supply
这
side
个经
reform
济的供求平衡，也改善了市场的预期。
has
另外就是
improved market
国际因素
expectations.
也是一个很重要的因素。
And also
最近
international
大家看
or
的是
external
最近过
factors
去的一个
are
月
also
国际
important.
的
In
贸
the
易
past
有所回
months,
暖，尤其是
international
BDI 的这个
trade
指数，波罗的海指干
was
商贸指数
improved.
我早上看了一下，就是说
The
已经是
Baltic
15
Sea
年
trade
的
indicators
597点，昨天收盘是597点。
closed yesterday at 597
外
points,
贸出口的回升是有带动作用。
contributing
另
to
外还有一些
the
特殊的因素，
growth
比如说
of
企业
China's
流动企业
trade.
回升，还有一些春节性因素影响，所以多种因素
So various
促使到
factors
3
are
月份
at
的经
play
济
here.
这个出现了
Our
积极
economy
的回
in
升。
March
我
witnessed
们是觉得这个
positive
是有
signs.
支撑的。
And I
当然，
think
这个回升
such
是全面的，不是单独的。
positive signs are well
从生产到需
supported,
求
from
到市场
production to consumption to market
那
to
这
expectation,
种回
everything.
升的信号一定要高度重视，高度重
And
视。
we need to pay enough
虽然一
attention
个月不够
to
从
the
一个
positive
判断一个重大趋势的
changes,
变化，但是
although
它确实是一个助
they are not sufficient for a more positive assessment of the economic trend, but they are signs for us to read into the economy. Thank you.